Alright. Hello, everyone. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm terrible. I did a little bit of grinding off screen, I think. Did I? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. This week has been maybe a little bit of a blur. I gotta admit. It's like, I don't know, dude. All I can say is right now, I mean, I think, like, I mentioned at the end of the last episode that I've got a plan, basically. I did want to max out my rank, but honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen. I want to be done. I want to be done with this game this week. So we're just gonna go into it. We're gonna try to get Mew. And let me actually pull this up. Mew. Bulbapedia. In side games. Oh, interesting. Sorry. Alright. So apparently in the original games, which I guess maybe I should consider... that maybe somebody's gonna be playing the original. Apparently in the original, Mew was still in the Buried Relic, but only... but floors 36 through 98, whereas in DX, it's 40, 60, 70, 90, and 98. So it is a little bit different. And I honestly do not know how this is gonna go. Probably talk for a little bit, and then we'll probably just cut to whenever we get to, floor 40, and then we'll stick on that floor for as long as possible, and then... Oh, I think there are some recruitment improvement items I could have gotten. No, I think that, but it's whatever. Oh, what was I gonna say? Not too much went on between yesterday, or no, I'm sorry, between Monday. This is technically Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, I guess I should say that. Yeah, I guess my thing right now is that I'm gonna do Buried Relic. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do Buried Relic, and then I'm gonna do Wish Cave, then we're going to do a Purity Forest run, and we'll see. If I fail Purity Forest, if I fail Wish Cave, I'm definitely gonna do Wish Cave, and I have to come back to Wish Cave at some point. Just maybe not like, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world if I don't do 100%. But it will be unfortunate if I just miss out on that one thing. What was I gonna say though? But yeah, Wish Cave So Buried Relic today, Wish Cave tomorrow, and then Purity Forest. And I think, and I don't actually know what the full list of, like, you know, there's the thing on the load screen to show how much progress you've made. And there's like one for, there's a space for Mew, there's a space for Celebi, for Jirachi, and then another one, and I don't know if it's supposed to be maybe Lucario, for like getting the max rank, or if it's supposed to be like shiny Celebi. I don't know. Yeah, let's see, what else is going on? Zenless Zone Zero has an update, which I thought was going to be a close call if it was going to be today, Wednesday. If it was going to be, like, just in time for me to stream, or not quite time. No, it actually released... Oh, I'm sorry, no, today is not Wednesday, actually. It is 11:54 p.m. on Tuesday. Jeez. Yeah, so I haven't done... I actually was going to do Zenless. I was gonna play Zenless. Not a lot of stuff, because I want to stream all of the new stuff, but maybe try and pull whichever character is the current one to pull for. I'm seeing Jane Doe, and I'm also seeing Chingy. So I don't know who's, but I think it's Chingy. You know what, also, that's a... it's another thing. Sorry. You know, like... I don't know. The thing with Chinese names, no, but, Chingy kind of makes me, like... I'm like... No problem with Chingy, and Chingy's not, like, a hard name to pronounce, but, like, the thing is, right? Chingy... And I'm probably mispronouncing it, and I've just, like... But the way that it's spelled is not how you would pronounce it in English. Like, and obviously, you know, somebody translated that. But why would they... Why would they... Like... And again, I could be wrong, I could be misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure her name is Xingyi. Which, like... Why would they start Qingyi with a Q? Like, no place... There's probably a really good reason, actually, I'm sure. But that just physically is not how that sounds. And that's just not how you pronounce that letter in English. Why would you do that? Why would you make it like I don't know. I don't have a Rattata? Oh my god, okay. And yeah, like, I don't know, like, I felt like I was gonna have a real problem with Zhu Yuan for... Well, I don't know, now I'm thinking about it. I thought it was a weird thing where I have no idea looking at it how to pronounce Zhu Yuan. And Zhu Yuan is, I mean, ZH Zhu, yeah, makes sense. Makes enough sense for, reading that out in English. Yeah. You know, I don't know though. I don't know if there's anybody. I don't know if I've seen any other names, because I do really think that I don't know, like, pretty much anything about Chinese. But what I do know is that there's like pitch is that like the pitch matters when pronouncing things, and like I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool, but also like obviously as an English speaker who's never had to deal with that sort of thing, like it's a crazy thing to wrap the head around, right? But yeah, I will also say, completely other random side thing. Oh hey, oh. Whoa, hold up. I don't think Riolu can show up. I don't think Riolu can show up here, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was gonna say, well, yeah, I made some tilapia, which I don't know, I don't think I've appreciated the, and maybe this is terrible advice, but, like, okay, so fish, not every fish, but you know, you can eat fish raw. When you need to cook fish, it's more for the flavor, it's not necessarily, you know, for like, making sure that it is safe to eat, or at the very least safer to eat, you know? So, I don't know, you can have it like on a lower temperature and it doesn't matter that much. Which is, I guess, the main point I'm trying to make. And I made, I don't know, I just put some spices, flavoring stuff. I put, garlic and onion is like the thing, is my go-to for cooking. Like, maybe to a fault. But yeah, it's some garlic, it had some, sorry, it had garlic, it had onion, green onion, some miso ginger broth, some soy sauce, some fish sauce. I think it's fish sauce. Premium fish sauce, to be specific. Yeah. Oh, and oregano. It also had some oregano. I tried, and yeah, it was like, yeah, it was great. It was freaking delicious. Oh, and also like peanut oil, but only because like, for some reason, we really, I'm sure I missed it, because we always have, always have, canola oil, but for some reason, right now I didn't see any, so I had like some olive oil and I had some peanut oil, and like, I don't know what significance, excuse me, I don't know what significance olive oil has to my mom for cooking, but I have it in my mind that you don't use olive oil for a lot of things. You use, you know, just use canola oil. We did have grapeseed oil, and I was like, I guess I could use this, but like, I don't know. This is like in the back of the thing. There's probably like a lot of spices that we have. We organized them. You know, I made like a spice rack. Like the pantry is definitely the better for it. Without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, what else? I don't know. Also really nice because like on the package it said to like let the thing thaw in the refrigerator for like 8 hours, but I just had the stove on like 2 for heat, and it took like, I don't know, it must have taken like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe to get to a sort of like, I don't know, I left it out for like maybe 5 minutes. And then put it on the stove for probably 20, and then I did raise the heat when I added all the stuff. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It was real yummers. Oh, I see. There's only one room we haven't been in. Great. Brand. God, I wanted to say something about Cinccino, but also I know I did talk about that before. So many damn mystery houses. I want to get like, also I'm annoying my editing self here, I know. I will say that like Tuesday's episode was interesting because I was genuinely not sure how I wanted to cut that. I was like, do I make like that entire joyous run with the revival? Do I make that one episode? It would have been very sort of last minute if that's how it worked, so it was like, eh. And making the cut, I'm just like, oh my god. I feel like I'm an actual editor here. You know what, actually, that is a thing. There's a particular noise, there's a particular sound effect, a particular fanfare that is in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I don't know where to get it. It's in Explorers, unless I am having some crazy-ass Mandela effect. It's definitely in Explorers, and okay, so I know I've mentioned Remy Raccoon a few times. They're a video game reviewer, furry, and they have a little easy ranking system. They have a simple rating system, and like the lowest tier has that sound effect that I was looking for. I swear it's like it's when, I don't know why I didn't use Earth Power. Oh my god, amazing. Aromatherapy. Oh no. Flygon, get over it. What's I gonna say? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So what I used was like the minigame fail music. And I'm like, yeah, okay, no, we can use this, it's fine. But I really wanted to use it, and I think it's like, it's for like when, I don't know, it's for some negative thing. I think when you like go hungry or something. or something bad happens, and it like totally should be in the OST as like a fanfare thing, but it isn't. And it's like, okay. And I looked at all of the other OSTs, and I didn't find it, so like, I don't know. I do wonder. Also. I was... So naturally when you know, listen to the OST, you know, like, the first thing that's gonna pop up if you just, like, look up a playlist on YouTube, it's gonna be... Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't skip over that. Also, we do have a plain seed. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, but going through that... I don't know why, I teared up at the Gates to Infinity main theme. And I think that, like... I can't really remember too much... I really can't remember too much about Gates to Infinity or Super Mystery Dungeon, because I think I've mentioned before, but my opinion when I was going through those games was that the story just kind of got ludicrous and ridiculous and silly. Like, they over-dramatized things just because, like, they felt the need, like, they felt like they needed to, or that's what I thought at the time anyway. Like, they needed to raise the stakes to make it a more worthwhile story or whatever, and it's like, nah. And I do honestly think it makes me want to go through all of those games again. It also makes me want to go through, you know, Pokemon games. I need to learn to solder because I'm gonna need to replace the battery on my on the cartridges. Oh jeez. You know what? I actually have. The bag for some reason, and I'm like, I don't know. There's no use in getting pissed about it. The bag that has like all of my like Game Boy games and DS games, that was just outside. Now, I think it was covered, and it's in a very not rainy part of California in the summer. I don't know how long they were out there. And I didn't see anything that was in bad condition. But yeah, I am a little bit pissed that just somehow for some reason somebody decided it would be okay to put those out there, because no. I will say though, actually, I think I gotta check. Hold on, let me look at this, because this is maybe marginally important. Okay. Right. Alright. And there's no way I'm gonna record this, at least not right now, so apologies. Let's see. I've got a Game Boy, I've got a Game Boy SP. Let's see, what games do we have here? Pokemon Silver. Rugrats, the movie, the video game for Game Boy Color. Ooh, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Pokemon Silver. Pokemon Crystal. Oh, a blank one that's probably also Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Leaf Green. Ah, okay. I don't know how to feel about that. Game Boy SP. No! Is that all the Game Boy? No. It's not all the Game Boy games. And Star Wars Jedi Power Battles for Game Boy Advance. Okay. I have to have more shit here somewhere. What the fuck? No! Okay, and DS games. We have Pokemon White. That one definitely got to go back to. SimCity for the DS. Okamiden for the DS. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness. Super Mario DS. Super Mario 64 DS. Kirby Mass Attack. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga for DS. Pokemon Soul Silver. Oh, that one's good. Zelda Spirit Tracks, Zelda Phantom Hourglass, and for the 3DS, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. Damn, I had more shit. I probably do have more shit, but it's on a shelf inside where it should have been all along. And I don't know. I almost wonder. So, like, if I was gonna do a Game Boy game. What I would want to do. And yeah, this is like a total waste of time and not really padding out of the video. I mean, that's kind of what it is. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I have to be like 3 fucking millimeters away from my light to turn it off. Sorry, yeah. There is a, Hyperkin? Sorry, let me look it up. Game Boy HDMI console. I guess, isn't there there is like a, yeah, there is an adapter where you can play Game Boy games on your N64. I don't have an N64, so like, that's useless, but yeah, Hyperkin, Retro N Square, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance as well. Ah, oh, shit. Nice. As far as I know, you know what? Actually, screw it. Hold on. And yeah, again, if you got a problem, with me doing this, then shut the fuck up. Nintendo DS Consolizer features. I'm gonna look that up. Cause dude, if there is a way where I don't have to use an emulator, like, cause I don't want to bother with it. And like, I mean, I've bought the games, so it's like, I think like, I don't know, from a moral standpoint, I bought the game, The only reason I would need like an emulator is to record it. Right? And like, yeah, there's definitely, I think it would not necessarily be terrible. But I don't want to, I mean, I have Leaf Green, so maybe going through playing Leaf Green. And I'm also one for planning a ludicrous amounts of content ludicrously in advance for ludicrous reasons, just to be ludicrous. Am I going to sit here and promise to you, Aaron? I should call him Aaron. Aaron? Probably Aaron, actually. Because it's supposed to be ant and iron. Honestly, Magmortar, get fucked. Go, leave. Look. We have to take this Aaron to Hitmonchamp and make this Aaron beat Hitmonchamp to death. This is the only morally correct thing that we can do at this point. To avenge the other Aaron, who's just a little guy. Rest in peace. But yeah, if there's anything well, if there's anything I can be counted on, is to have ludicrous amounts is to want to do ludicrous amounts of content. I'm not going to promise to you that I'm going to go through Pokemon Gen 1 on the Game Boy and then play through you know, and then play through like I go through Gen 1 on the Game Boy and then go through the, you know, remakes and then do that for everything. But and I honestly I do want to go back. I do want to play the Pokemon games at some point. Problem with Pokemon, I don't know. There's so damn many, like, fan games that are just, like, based off of or remakes of Gen 1, or, like, it's, at least in terms of the map. I also do need to get like white 2 and black 2, cause holy shit, and again I have every game except for 8th gen, which I think I mentioned before. I honestly do want to go back and get, and I do want to go and get that. Oh shit, I should put that on my Christmas list, cause like, yeah. So that's, so I definitely want to go and see what the hell that's all about. Yeah, having Pokemon into the... I think, like, and I should say that, you know, speaking of ludicrous content, of course, I've mentioned Starfield is going to be a thing after this. And I don't know. Because, like, am I going to sit here and say that there's not going to be another Starfield, that I'm not going to find some other dumb shit, some other 1,000-episode series to make? There's going to be something. It'll probably be Minecraft. But, you know, got Dokapon, got Starfield. I mean, if it was Minecraft, it'd be, I think I mentioned that, like, doing, like, a Star Citizen thing where you explore every planet. I think it would actually be really interesting to compare the two. Now, granted, I mean, there's like some things that are maybe not quite so fair. Because like, oh look, Star Citizen's so much better in terms of its locations. Well, the Star Citizen's locations are actually like handmade. They're not like all procedural, so it's kind of not fair. But also like, you know, they're like procedurally generated, but then Star Citizen is, both are procedurally generated, and then Star Citizen like is more generated and then hand edited, hand finished. Like you'll definitely see a lot of repetition in Star Citizen, but like it, I would think, would feel a lot more fresh just because, yes, I've seen the same building 5 times, but I haven't seen this, but I haven't seen the build, like, but I haven't seen this building in this position relative to this other position, and maybe there's Hangar 72 that's, or maybe there's Canopy 72 that's a part of this location, but not this other location. It's like, yeah. Also, this friendbow is really working out pretty well. Oh, I fucked up. It's okay. But yeah. Come on. Come on. I only need one turn to finish nearly all of these enemies. No. Everybody's way too friendly here. It's creeping me out. I mean, I know it's because I have a friend bow. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. I will say though that yeah, going through Pokemon, going through every Pokemon game would be very fitting or very fun. Especially because I didn't appreciate all of the differences that are very obviously apparent if you've actually played all the games and we're cognizant of what differences, like the physical special split, not having abilities, not having genders, not having all the things. And it's like, yeah, I want, I need to, definitely want to go back and appreciate how good, like, all of the little mechanical updates they've made. Like, dude, I didn't realize that Steel type and Dark type just weren't a thing in Gen 1. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Like, what the hell? And also, I think there was, like, some differences with, like, immunities as well. I have to go back and check, but yeah. I also know that Sandslash is definitely one Pokemon that I definitely want to go and appreciate. Because I think the Sandslash was the strongest Sandslash has ever been was in Gen 1, I think. To my understanding, it was kind of like second fiddle to it's kind of second fiddle compared to Cubone, but it is the first ground type, so that is something. I really hope we get Mew like immediately, but there's no guarantee. And second gen, I don't know why second gen was... Like, I did not 100% Gen 2, but I do know a little bit more about it. I also heard that Soul Silver apparently was like, they upped the difficulty, and I don't know if that's true, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It would definitely be an interesting thing to go and play all of the Pokemon games. Now, I don't have, like... I swear I have a copy of Gold. I swear I have a copy of Gold somewhere, but... Like, I don't have Pearl. I'm sorry, I have Pearl, I don't have Diamond. I don't have, I think I might have Ruby and Emerald, but not Sapphire. I don't think I ever had a copy of Sapphire, but I think I did have Ruby and Emerald. I don't know if I have... those. If I still have those. I actually am good, and I don't really care too much about the evolution crystal, so it's whatever. I'd like to recruit a Sneasel. No, that's not gonna happen. Oh, but a freaking Noctowl? It's... nah. Oh my god. Throw an Iron Spike. They don't need to be right next to you in order to recruit them, right? Nope, get the Iron Spikes. It is a shame, I don't know, it is a shame also that, like... We'll see what happens. I don't... We'll see what happens. I don't think... I mean, theoretically, I get my copy of Pokemon Blue, like the first Vidya game I ever played. I get that cartridge, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna do this. I solder on a new battery, I get that, I do that, it happens, do the Let's Play. Am I ever gonna play that again? Probably not. Which is unfortunate, but, although, honestly, I mean, if I did get that retro console, the thing is, though, that I think... Okay, so Gen 1 Pokemon, there was a lot of stuff going on with Gen 1. Gotta remember that B is a thing. I'm not gonna remember that. Okay, so Gen 1 is just the basic Pokemon. It's got a lot of stuff, but not everything. Gen 2 has a day and night cycle. It's got the genders, it's got breeding, it's got dark steel type. I think Gen 3 was where they separated the special into special attack and special defense, if I remember correctly. And then Gen 4 was when was the big... Well, okay, it's... the physical special split, but it's not the physical special split. Technically. right? I think like the physical special split was the splitting. No, it was, yeah. The physical special split was before all fire moves were special, even though there were Pokemon like Flareon that were physical attackers, but they were fire type. So, like, they just didn't necessarily have great moves to use. And Gen 4, I believe, was when they made that split. And then Gen 5... Oh, also Gen 2... Gen 2 added abilities, right? Gen 3 also added weather. I'm trying to think what Gen 5 did. I think there was a lot of, like... Gen 5 is kind of like the... when everything sort of got normalized, and Pokemon hasn't really changed super much. It hasn't changed a huge amount since Gen 5. Obviously in Gen 6 they added the Fairy type, which obviously, yeah, that is a thing. And they also had, you know, that's Gen 6 is when they started having generational gimmicks. The Mega Evolution, the Z moves, Dynamaxing, Terra types. Which I know I've said it before, but I think, like... I mean, Mega Evolution is fine. Dynamax is fine. Z-moves, I think, are kind of stupid. Terra type, I think, is probably the most mechanically interesting, at least in my mind. But yeah. So... But, yeah, so... To be, like, blunt, though, right? As a kid... all of those differences, all that nuance, all that mechanical stuff, I didn't fucking get any of that. I literally did not get any of that. So, yeah, it's absolutely a thing that I want to go back and appreciate. What else? What else? It'd also be nice to go and, you know, to go and actually, like, name my Pokemon. It'd be very nice, very cool. Because it's not really a thing I do. Also, I think, I don't know. Because obviously there might be a question of, like, would I stream it or would I do a Let's Play? I think, like... Well, okay, honestly, both. But which would I do first? I don't know. It depends on everything. It's also and I will also say that, like, this is a thing that I like. We're running out of Reviver Seeds. I hate this so much, where every fucking time we get a straggler and they decide to, you know, play Rambo, go solo hunting, and, like, it never works. It very rarely works. And they just use resources and put me in an awkward spot. Okay, like, no, you're not getting that. I'm sorry, but, like, what the hell? But yeah, sorry, this is one thing that I'm not a fan of. And oh, by the way, hey, how's it going? Please. Hang on. That's the thing I don't like about this series is that oftentimes giant episodes, giant ass episodes, sorry. They're like giant ass episodes that I do talk and ramble on through, but like, I do like the sort of, at least I like recording these, right? But I feel like I like the sort of, I prefer the videos that are shorter, that are like 20 minutes long, and it can be a little bit more focused and a little bit more concentrated. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't mention if Mew will spawn multiple times. I'm gonna pick up this chest because that seems kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, that was definitely a thing. And how would I want to do like explorers? Because it's kind of nice, I think, the way that everything will play out. That Explorers is my favorite game in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, and as a result, by the way, actually, let me see here. As a result, it gives me the opportunity to go and actually like. It gives me the opportunity to learn from any mistakes. So obviously there is some video. I need to be prepared ahead of time. I need to have some music. I need to have music ready. And we're gonna run around the dungeon a little bit just to see if we can find Mew again, because if Mew only spawns once, which it probably does, it's probably a guaranteed spawn, like it spawns immediately. Yeah. Yeah, I need to have like some music in advance. To use for dungeon speed ups. I need to be very cognizant when I'm recording that like I should probably limit myself to like 10 minutes of like talking. And I don't necessarily want to speed something up so much that it, you know, that it is the super crazy thing, but yeah. Obviously there are some dungeons where I could probably just... I want the videos to be like, again, like 20 to 30 minutes. Or like, I guess 15 to 30 minutes, let's say. Maybe longer depending, but definitely, yeah. And, I mean, same goes for Pokemon. I don't want to do a Chugga Conroy style Pokemon thing, because that is way too much effort, and it's just not my style. But for like, if I was gonna do Blue, if I was gonna do Pokemon Blue, then how would that work? then how would that work? That would be... I don't know. I don't know. Probably 20 minutes or so of... probably, again, like 20 to 30 minutes of however much I can get through. And just hopefully cut it up around... Hopefully, you know, cut it around the correct... Or cut it around, you know, that much. The real question, I think, is, Pokemon Explorers, what do I do? I guess, really, honestly, what I should do... Well, if I can find a DS HDMI... Some HDMI DS console thing, or some way to play, to record using... Not using an emulator, then I will do that. But other than that, I'll probably just try and get like there are fan games. There's some fan edits that are like basically just, hey, we added the fairy type, and you know, stuff like that. It's like that probably would be better. I probably will end up doing something like that anyway. I know that there is... I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but there is actually a site that is just a full library of sprites for every single Pokemon. And obviously it's not complete, and it's fan-made. But yeah, it's a thing, and somebody is slowly but surely working on trying to actually make that a thing, and kudos to them. There is also right now a version of Pokemon Explorers of Sky that has or a fan hack that has fairy type and has some more Pokemon. But I don't know. I also kind of wonder, honestly, if because I think, I don't know, would I prefer models or would I prefer sprites? I think the sprites, I don't know. I don't know if the sprites are... I would assume that the sprites kind of are more work. But that's not necessarily the case. I don't know, because like the models, you have to make the model. But, you know, then you don't have to... You have to do the animations. But like... You know, you make a getting hit animation, you make a doing a physical attack, doing a special attack animation. But like, you don't have to, you know, you can have that animation play at, you know, like 360 degrees. You don't have to make a sprite for each individual direction. So, you know, that is like saving you, I mean, that is literally saving you like 8 times. Granted, maybe you can mirror some of them, but like you can mirror the left and right. But still. But then the animation, you know, is in 3D models also. Like, it's not, I don't want to say that one's necessarily easier. As somebody who's like right now is sitting on a 3D model of my character, of my persona that I still need to make. Also, I'm just looking at this and it's like, damn. Mew is available on floors 40, 60, 70, 90, 98. Like, I don't know. So Mew could appear starting at floor 36 in the original, which kind of makes it maybe a little bit better. And it's just like every floor from 36 to 98, so it's, you know, just a matter of, hey, you gotta go, you gotta... Now the problem here... You know, I actually don't know. I would be extremely pissed if I found out that, I'm not gonna try it, but I'm just thinking that, like, I'm not gonna try it unless I need to. Get Mew, and then use an escape orb, and then you could leave, but, like, I don't know what... I think the escape orb is very literally just a basically premature succeeding the dungeon. So I don't think I would, like, lose Mew because of that. I don't know how everybody feels, but I do kind of honestly think that, like, I'd probably prefer it if I just had, like, a maximum of 4 party members, and then, every Pokemon I recruited afterwards just went to the camp or just teleported out. I don't know, I've mentioned it before, like, there's pros and cons to each way of doing things. But just, like, having to... It makes the bosses sort of trivial because you have, like, a ludicrously more powerful action economy. And it's also kind of... But it's also a pain. So it, like, makes the boss fights easier, and then it also makes regular going through stuff a pain because you have to deal with this giant tail, this giant single file line, and, like, just because of the design of the game, with hallways that are always one tile wide, you're always, like, you're never gonna go through a thing. You're absolutely never gonna go through a thing that isn't, you know, a single file line, so... I will say, though, that seeing Mew... God, I don't know. We're in, like, the After Dark episodes. Anybody who's sticks around for this long into the video has an attention span that proves that they were born after... that they were born before the year 2005. 2007. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give y'all 2005 kids a little bit of a break. At 20, well, I don't know. But actually, yeah, I guess. Oh shit! I guess if you're 20 in the year 2024, and you were 16 in 2020. Had to go through the pandemic in high school. Later part of high school, probably and hopefully. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a opinionated asshole. Sorry, I just saw, like, there was, you know, a video of, like, a short of, you know, people saying what their least favorite game was, or, like, what's the worst game of all time, and there were kids, explicitly, like, kids, who said that the worst game of all time was Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's like, You're fucking kidding me. If there's any, like, I don't know. Usually when you see a kid doing anything, you gain hope for humanity. Is kind of my thought, right? But you see the youth complaining about Red Dead and Red Dead 2 being slow. Like, oh my god, no. And it's like, I'm trying to remember, like, Chapter 1, because I was, like, thinking Chapter 1, oh, the part with the part with, you know, the part in, the Heartlands, the part with the, you know, the places in the plains. I completely forgot Chapter 1 was, you know, that whole, you know, the place in the mountains that was all icy, all snowy. And, it's like, oh, yeah, no, dude, that's like... It's like, okay, it's a tutorial, and yeah, maybe it's drawn out. I can grant you that, right? But like... I didn't think it was slow. Not at, like, fucking all. Like, I mean, sure, it is slower paced than a lot of other games. I mean, that is to be fair, but also it's a Rockstar game. Like, does it feel slower paced than, say, GTA because you're riding horses and not cars? Because they had some mechanics that, like, the gunplay had, you know, like, you have to, like, hit the trigger multiple times in order to, or you needed to hit the fire button multiple times in order to cycle the action or cock the hammer or whatever. Like, and they did that to slow things down a little bit. Like, is that all it takes to, and I mean, like, if you're like a 30-year-old veteran gamer and you're like, yes, I don't like Red Dead Redemption 2 for those exact reasons, like, fuck. Well, we only have to wait till floor 70. Oh my god, no. Oh, because it's not a guarantee, and I just threw away a chance I had just because I was too busy complaining about the youth hating Red Dead Redemption 2. Fuck! Sorry, I also got completely sidetracked. Speaking about being old and getting sidetracked, no, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'll talk about that, but, my god. Well, I don't know. I think I've mentioned my, relationship with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and how Mystery Dungeon turned me into a furry, through transformation art. And you know, like, dude, I don't know. I do like transformation. I don't know, I still have a little bit of a creative block in terms of, like, what I want to do, or, like, any, like, sort of transformation art. I don't know, like, there is, I also feel like maybe I've just seen it all. Just feels like whenever I try looking for new transformation art, I don't see much new or anything that's, like, super, super interesting. Or super novel. Not to say novelty is the only interesting part of it, right? But, yeah. Certainly a thing. That being said, there are a few things that I should go back, try and find. Because if I don't, then it's at some point it's just gonna get deleted because I know I didn't save any of it. There was one particular thing, seeing Go from the Pokemon anime turning into a Mew, or getting turned into a Mew, that just, I don't know, seeing Mew just reminded me of it. It was like, it's really cool in my mind, the Pokemon journeys, where like, and I haven't seen like a lot of the Pokemon anime, but like, it was trying to focus more on characters and not so much like the setting. But obviously it did like play into the, you know, having, you know, that was Gen 8, and they did have stuff that was going on in Galar. A lot of stuff that was going on in Galar. But it wasn't, but to say that Galar was the main focus of the Pokemon anime, in the Journeys series, no, it absolutely was not. Oh, they went all over. They really went all fucking over, you know, exploring the whole place. The whole Pokemon, the whole established Pokemon world. I do want to, look at, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not paying attention, which is dangerous. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I do need to go and watch the newest Pokemon, anime, but like, when I get some time. I don't know. It's a good thing I happen to have Netflix. It's also a really good thing that, well, convenient for me at least, that Pokemon decided to partner with Netflix. Or do their deals with Netflix, or to put their stuff on Netflix, I guess. I don't know if they put them on anywhere else, but like, yeah. I don't know. It's also interesting. I think I mentioned my grandfather. I don't know. I think a couple Wednesdays ago, it was on a Wednesday, we had like dinner. My parents had like just gotten back from vacation, and my grandparents wanted to have dinner and like talk with them about the vacation. Like, I was kind of in a rush because it was like, I'm streaming Wednesday. Like, I'm streaming Wednesday and you kind of just like threw this onto my lap, and it's like, why did you like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the scheduling conversation was there. But, you know. But anyway, my grandfather, I was maybe in a little bit of a rushed thing. And my grandfather asked, like, hey, what's your, I forgot what your YouTube channel was. And so I actually like just put it in like his notes. I was just like Rylu, and he's like, that's new. And I'm like, no, it's not really new. You just haven't asked about it in 2 years. You know, or haven't like asked about it in 3 years, but like he's clearly interested, so I'm not gonna be pissed at that. But also, I just put in Rylu, which is not particularly great because there's a lot of things that do show up. A lot of other things that show up. If you type Rylu into a... But I just flat out send him the link. And obviously, the link to my channel, like, it also brings up, you know, the little preview of the channel. So it has Rylu, my persona, with, you know, the ace flag in the background, and I'm not out to anybody in my family. And I was kind of planning on... I was kind of like, well, if it happens, it happens. If somehow somebody finds out I'm asexual, if somebody finds out I'm queer, you know, then, yeah, so be it. I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not really gonna go about, I'm not going to initiate it just because there are some conservative members of my family that I do not want to have that conversation with. My grandfather being like the, actually genuinely the only one that I really wanted to have that conversation with. But, I don't know how that will work. I also, oh god. Okay, tactics meeting. Go the other way. So yeah, and I guess I should say that I sent the thing to my grandfather, and immediately he asked me for help he asked me for help with his, monitors. He has 2 monitors and like, you know, had a thing. It didn't want to work or whatever. So, you know, so I helped him, and he didn't, like, ask any questions, so I don't know. There is the chance he could be watching. Sorry, I swore earlier. There we go. There we go! God damn. Sorry for swearing. I don't know. That is also one generational thing that, like, I don't know. In my mind, like, swearing, it's just a language. Like, it's the idea, the sort of, like, connotation, you know, is, like, there's a specific connotation, there's a specific time when you would want to use a swear, but, like, at the same time, it's just, like, in a grander societal sort of standard way, yeah, sure, but also people just, I mean, like, you know, everybody's a bit different, everybody's got their own, everybody's different, everybody's got their own vernacular, their own vocabulary, their own words they're comfortable with. Maybe I'll go and describe, maybe I will describe my life as serendipitous, or maybe I will describe my life as good, or as great, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's just words. And tones are just as important as words in my mind. And it just seems like I don't know, it just seems like a silly thing to just be like, oh, you're using this words, I'm going to immediately, like, we can't have a conversation because you're using these specific words. Which, now that I'm thinking about, like, yeah, there are some, like, slurs and stuff that are, like, yeah, obviously. But like those have, but those are like, but that's a bit different, right? Where like, where it's like, dude, if I'm using slurs in a very aggressive way, then that's like, yeah, I don't know. Then that's one thing. If I was using, like, but I don't know. But then if I was using slurs that like, in a very casual and not aggressive and not, like, punching down on other people way, I don't think anybody would really be, I don't think, yeah, no, nobody would be okay with that nowadays. Which, I mean, I guess is fair. But like, I don't know. But also maybe there is, I don't know, maybe, well, maybe that's not fair. Maybe there is something to be said about that. But then, you know, like, as much as theoretically you could use, you know, a word that might be offensive in a non-offensive way, there are absolutely people who would and will, and still do, use that word in offensive ways, explicitly for the sake of making it offensive. All that is to say that I want to be chill enough with my grandfather to say fuck casually. In casual conversation. I don't know, it's also a pretty easy thing to turn off, in my mind. My mother's only heard me swear one time, because, like, I was working on, like, the floor. I don't know exactly, I don't think I, like, hurt myself. I think I might have, like, it just might have been a thing where, like, I was hammering in a floorboard and then it just, like, after a bunch of effort, it just completely, like, slid or fell out or something. I was just like, shit, under my breath, and she was like, oh, did I just hear you say shit? And I was like, yeah, and she's like, oh, okay. I love how, okay, I'm just, sorry, I'm not, like, thinking this through, like, a grand amount, but yeah. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, now I'm talking about this, like, oh, I have a transformation kink. Oh, by the way, my grandfather watches this. Good lord. God. Sorry, Sandshrew. Don't got space for you. I'm gonna be so pissed if we don't get Mew. And it's gonna be a thing in the back of my head that it's like, I didn't get Mew. Like, I didn't get Mew because I got distracted and didn't talk about and didn't do the thing and didn't look on floor 60. And it would have been that one chance. Sorry, now I'm just thinking about, like, what conversation would I actually want to have? What adult topic would I want to even talk about? I feel like if there's anything I would want, anything like that I would want to talk about, it would be explicitly because, like, oh my god. Like, because I need to, I don't know. Because I need to work out what I think about this thing or that thing. And I guess, like, specifically, like, you know, I have a friend who teases me about feet. I'm like, I don't like feet. He's like, you like feet. I'm like, I don't like feet. And it's like, he's like, you like feet. I'm like, and then like weeks of this going, and it's like, you know what? Shit, maybe I do. I'm like, no, I like paws. Feet are kind of gross. And I'm like, and I don't know. But it's not about the feet. It's about the, it's about like, it's about using feet or paws in like a BDSM sort of like way, like the stomping, I guess, not the... 80 was not the floor where Mew showed up. Also, I had a small... My heart skipped a beat there. Yeah, and there's a lot of other things that I don't want to talk about that are in that same sort of vein. Like, I don't know. I wanted anything, I don't know. I'm also, again, I am also asexual. But, you know, like, I don't know. It's a thing. It is also a thing, right? Libido and attraction are two different things. And it's a constant, like, thing of people doubting your asexuality because if you have, like, a high libido and you're just, like, very horny, and it's like, these are two different things. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And nobody believes you. And everybody's just like, okay, whatever you say. And it's like, no, this really is the fucking thing. And it's like, I guess I should say, I guess I should just accept, though, that I'm like, I don't know, I don't think I'm like agosexual, where it's like the fantasy, because it's not sex. Sex doesn't interest me at all. Literally not at all. I guess it would be smut. Yes, smut is the thing. Which I guess is sort of agosexual, which, by the way, you know, is like the fantasy of the sex and not the reality of it, being into the fantasy and not the reality of it. Which is, at the very least, close enough of a description that I'm like, yeah. Like, if I ever had a partner, like, I don't know, I'd want to be romantically intimate. Physical intimacy, I could do without. I could do with it. There's some stuff I might want to do. Cuddle. Cuddle in a lewd way. But that'd pretty much be it. So that gets stepped on, I guess. God. This is the thing, you can't leave me. By the way, like, I think I'm just gonna accept that this is just gonna be a movie. This is just gonna be a fucking movie. Oh my god. Sorry, it's like... It's now it is 1:17. I still need to play Zenless. I need to play Zenless so we can, so I can do, like, some dailies and get some of that stuff out of the way, and I think I'm a few pulls away I think I'm like a few pulls away from the guaranteed S rank on the exclusive channel in Zenless. So like, there's a theoretical chance I could get whichever new character. But that's, you know, like, but again, it's 118, and for me, the clock in Zenless resets, or the day resets, at 2 o'clock or thereabouts. So, I hate the auto thing going back for items when like I do not need to go back for items. It's also probably something to be said. Sorry, there's also probably something to be said about ranks. I'm just thinking about, like, you know what I'd really freaking love? If I could just have bought the upgrades from my bag instead of needing to rank up. But like, I don't know. It's an interesting thing also because like, I don't know. I think this could really be this could work really well as a mobile game. You know what, actually, now that I think about it, maybe it doesn't really work that well in, like, America. Because we rely so much on, like, cars and basically transporting ourselves everywhere instead of relying on public transport. Like, you cannot drive and play a video game at the same time. Whether you, strictly speaking, whether you can or can't, is one thing, but, like, you're not gonna do that, and you're not gonna enjoy it. At least for very long. Or breathe for very long, if you do it. But, you know. Sorry, so like, if I had 15 minutes to burn on a train ride, then, yeah, like, I could see myself, oh, please tell me Mew wants to, I don't know if I have to be present in the fucking room. I didn't have time to react to that, shit! Oh my god. I don't like this method of legendary recruitment. I mean, the boss battles are kind of, like, depressingly easy, so, like, in that regard, it's kind of unfortunate and sad, but also, well, now I guess we should speed up. No, my god, dude. And again, this is the, like, one of dislike about this. I think, like, if the dungeons, I don't dislike the idea of 99 floor dungeons. And, like, there's a time and a place, but, like, having to go through something like this, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, like, this was a mobile game, and on the Switch it is as well, really. But, like, dude, it's just crazy. It's just freaking crazy! Like, a 30-floor dungeon is a relatively long experience, I think, for, like, something that you might only have, like, 20, or that you might only get, like, a 15-20-minute thing for. And, you know, I could see myself grinding out some missions on the go if I had, if I was, you know, I had a 15 to 20 minute train ride as part of my daily commute or whatever. But like, just ignore. But yeah. What's happening? Oh, okay. I thought somebody fainted. That's why, like, I couldn't move. But it's just the goddamn text thing. So many friends. So many wanna-be friends. I will say though that hey, let's spread out and find the stairs. Yeah, that kind of does make things a little faster. I don't know why I backed out of that room. Will say though, I do officially have the Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon. Everybody. Let's go, everybody, or whatever. I do have that on my Christmas wish list. And I did not know, and this will be fun, I think, because there is not a physical US version. It's just... But you can get an imported version, and you can just change the subtitles to English, so... That's, I guess, what I'm going to do. Which is probably going to be the most collector-y thing I get. This coming from the guy who did get the, like, special edition of Mass Effect Andromeda, which, I mean, I immediately realized it when I said that. It's just funny that, like, I completely blocked that out of my memory. It's not the RC rotor, it's, like, the diorama rotor. Or, rover that has, like, the LEDs, although they're very much dead. Oh god, I'm also listening to the Palworld song from Palworld right now, and, oh yeah. Gotta go back. I don't know. Palworld's cool. I don't know. Oh. Jeez. Sorry. I don't know how many people I know who have Palworld. There's a friend who, like... I'm kind of like... I want to say we've had a falling out. We haven't had a falling out. I kind of wish we have. For the explicit reason that, like, I do not know where... I don't know where he's at in life. And there's, he is kind of surrounded by some very politically, interesting individuals and organizations. I don't know exactly how tied with those organizations he is. But, like, I don't want to bring it up because he's, like, a friend. But, like, it's kind of like... It's kind of like... like, like, people who are gonna be like, oh, you're this... Oh, you know, you're this political disposition, I can't be friends with you. I mean, that's extreme. And a goddamn shame that that's just, like, where the world is at. But, like... I mean... But, like, the people I'm talking about in this case are, like, the real extreme end of that? Where it's, like... like, I mean, they're not going to, like, they're not ever going to say that they physically wish death on me, but I'm pretty sure they would. So, you know, like, it's kind of a very sharp eggshells that I do not want to step on. And, you know, like, he moved to a different state, so, like, it's only online conversations we've had, and, we just haven't had a conversation in a long-ass time. God, you know, this is 2024. There's, you know, I mentioned, I think in a few episodes ago, like, politically, like, the world is an interesting and unfortunate place this year, right? And kind of terrifying, frankly. I was gonna go into the stairs. But I remember I saw the purple and I just assumed Mew. I know Mew's pink, but you know what I mean. Dude, give us another room. What the hell's going on? Do not appreciate these long-ass hallways. Wow. Did not think the tunnel wand had a limited range. Wow. Wow. And you know, like, this is basically like the first time I've gone here to do this, so like don't get me wrong, it's understandable. This is annoying though. This is absolutely annoying, the idea that like that I need like a million invitations. I would have needed like oh my god. Jesus Christ, Golem, what the fuck? That was more than a little bit terrifying, we'll admit. If I use a tunnel wand here, yes, I need to remember that there's... Wow. What is this room? And why does Mew hate me so much? I definitely still hate the fact that I need, the invitations I don't think are a bad thing necessarily, and I know that there were items like that. There was some gimmick like this in Explorers. God, if I'm remembering it correctly, Explorers seemed like... I really want to go back to Explorers because it just seems like a fucking amazing thing, amazing game. I might be misremembering, like, there being like some secret like treasure rooms or something. There might have been like treasure rooms, they might have been a thing in like Gates to Infinity and not Explorers or something like that, or Super Mystery Dungeon. But I honestly do not know. Do I have any... Oh, my escape orb got sticky? That's unfortunate. I don't want this to be for nothing. I think we had... I think the content was the adventure we had along the way. Or at least that's what I'm gonna have to fucking say. We're really getting there. This is the first time this has ever shown up. When the wind blows in dungeon, head straight for the stairs. You stay on the floor too long. Oh my god. I tried. I freaking tried. Dude, I freaking tried. Freaking Mew. Most we can do is just make the most of our trip here. Don't want charge beam. Take an evolution crystal over pretty box. Yeah, dude. Well, Wish Cave tomorrow. And then a second attempt on... Purity Forest. I think it's safe to say that when this sort of things comes up in Explorers, I think I need to be more prepared. That is one thing that I want to try and take advantage of with, is that I want to try and record things in advance as much as possible. That's a thing that unfortunately has not worked out super great with this Let's Play. Because of life, I guess. Where I did have a lot of stuff recorded very much in advance, but now it's not, but it has certainly had a little bit of a falling out, I suppose. Unfortunately. Now, I am also going to probably miss a lot of things with Pokemon when I get to Explorers, because there's a lot of new stuff that they added. If I had played the original Pokemon Rescue Team, like, yeah, that's the same reason I don't want to do, like, same reason I don't want to go and do, like, Leaf Green before, you know, something else. Before, like, blue, red, yellow, or whatever. It's like, yeah! Can I? Oh no, sorry, I'll have to turn this down. But yeah. So yeah, well, I'm not going to apologize for this being the longest ass episode ever, but you know, it is what it is. Series just about done. I need to go play Zenless. I need to get the dailies done. Till next time, have a good day, great day even. Jaskies.